Yeah, low, 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 low. Test one, test one, test one. Yeah, low, low. Can you hear me out there? Can you hear me out there? Oh, God. Oh, shit, hang on. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I was prepared to do this all professionally tonight, but I just went to shit in the first 2 seconds of the show. We just put the music right down. Hi, hello, everybody. Yes, well, putting on the quieter, gentler music tonight, just to keep the attitude down and the mood happy. It's a great weekend. Hope everybody's had a good time today with their families and everybody that they love. Yes, it's been a quite entertaining week so far, and we had to talk about carpet pythons tonight, so I'll just cut the music. We don't need that stuff. I see there's a few people already watching the show. Hi, everybody. Now, let me just see if I can get rid of that picture. I'll just minimize this. Yes, I'm still getting used to all of these buttons that I need to press. And I just want to make sure that I've got sound right. Okay, I had a major crash earlier today with my sound desk that I use to mix all my sound with. And so I had to jump into a small little recorder. You'll see it over there, just right there. And it seems to be doing alright. It's probably not the same quality sound as what we had the other day, but who else is doing this? I guess we can't complain. Let me just quickly open up Facebook. Sorry, folks. Let me just I had everything going. We are still so busy processing photos to show you guys tonight because we had some interesting stuff happen in New South Wales today. I woke up and I had a few great photos of something that I thought was absolutely impossible. Or I was a skeptic, probably the biggest skeptic. I'm the biggest skeptic when it comes to especially reptiles. Let me just close this. And let's just see if the stream's running. Okay, yeah, the stream's running okay. 44 people. Man, every time the show goes up. So tonight, it's going to be a lot more relaxed. Yes, I think it's full moon. I think it's a proven fact. I think I was speaking to somebody the other day and I said, weird shit's happening. It's only one. It can only be one. Oh, it can only be one thing that can explain. Oh, sorry, there's going to be. Okay, so doesn't seem to be too much of a lag. 46 people on already. Let me just say hi, Vinny, Colin. Let me just say hello to everybody. It's here. Tracy. There's a few people. Tom Watson. Hello, mate. Having a bat now. I don't think I am. Vinny. I'm just trying the music in the background. I think it gives a little bit of a touch. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the shop tonight. So we had full moon. Full moon brings funny things out in people, and they behave all stupid. And I think it's got to do. When I was at university, we did a lot of studies along the coast, and full moon and moves the tides. And, I've always had this theory that people, we're 90% more, I think we're 90% water. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But we 90% water, and surely the moon must have an effect on our behavior and our emotions. I'm pretty sure that happens. So, we're busy. Mickey D, g'day, mate. Ben Ryan, howdy. Now, please be nice. Yeah, okay. I'll be nice. I'll try and be nice. It's hard to be nice. And I was going to brush my teeth. Sorry, my teeth are yellow. I just had coffee. So sorry. 57, yeah, it's going up. Nice. The page has got 9,000 followers. So it'd be nice to see some action on the page again. And I think after tonight, a few of the Australia's top guys are watching. I've had a few messages come in, and a few of the top guys are out there watching, and hopefully they can chime in on what they found. Full moon is where the term lunatic comes from. There we go. Here we go. All the theories, all the theorists are coming out. Good. I like it, man. This is crazy. I'll try and stay on top of all the messages that are coming in. I'm just liking that there's a lot of activity. I think we chose. I was going to see if we can schedule this show in around the Americans, and I thought, well, why would we do that? We're the leaders in the world when it comes to carpet pythons, or after today, I'm pretty much convinced that we're onto something totally different in this country, and it opens up carpet pythons to us in Australia, at least. It gives us a lot more, hope for the future, at least. It's probably not such a big deal. I might be making a bigger deal of it than I might be making a little bit more of it than it is, but I think it's a big deal, and I think that it's something that we've been waiting for, and I've seen it happening over the last 6 months, and I've been like, skeptical that it's something that can be repeated. Is there a word? Sorry, English isn't my first language, but if it's something that can be repeated, is it repeated? Repeated, yeah. I'll just go with that word. So a friend of mine sent me some photos this morning. Now, let me start at the start. So years back, I remember seeing the first zebra carpet python over in with Paul Harris at UK Pythons, and I was thrilled. Now it was a funny looking, erratically made creature, and I thought, this is. Yeah, I'm excited, Vinny. I'm excited because, I've been out of this far too long, and I think we need something that where all the carpet guys can talk together. The Facebook groups are just not, it's, you put your comment there and some people read it, nobody really gets it. But I've always been about sharing information. Everybody that knows me knows that I love sharing information, and that's why we organise all the conferences, the 2 conferences we had down in Victoria for the Australian Reptile Mutation Breeders Conference. People don't even know about that. That was in 2013 and 2014, I think. And people from all over Australia came down because mutations were really in the infancy then. I'll get back to the zebra soon. So we had that, and now I think it's a good platform. I'd like this to grow, and I'd like people to put aside their bullshit, and I put aside my bullshit. I vented, I got off my chest what I wanted to get off my chest the other night. I'm sure I hurt a few people's feelings. I felt hurt about the whole situation and the whole way that hobby treats people. That I don't know. I just don't think there should be outcasts. I think that we all fuck up every now and then, and some of us fuck up worse than, sorry about the language, but it's way after the kids' bedtime. My kids are around somewhere. I just have to watch my mouth. But I think all of us fuck up, and I think that there has to be a point where people can look past it and go, okay, this guy's, you cop the punishment, and now we need to move on. Now let me see here. Replicated. There we go. Julie Hewitt, thank you for correcting me there. I like it, and I'm sorry for my language. But anyways. So let's get back onto topic. We need to stay on topic yet, and otherwise we'll be here for 2 or 3 hours. And somebody said to me, trust you. The other day, the watch the show said, trust you to talk for 45 minutes without taking a breath. I'm like, yeah, you have a, I like to talk, and you know, I don't get to talk much in a week, so you know, this is my release, you know. So let's get back to there's Christopher Sankey. Hello, mate. Mick Brody, g'day, mate. Looking forward to seeing this world's first. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's not world's first, man. No, we're just. Yeah, you could think of it. The guy that made it is one of the most humble guys that I've met in the industry in the whole reptile industry. Such a humble guy. I love him. You know, we've had our ups and downs, and you know, almost let my pride get in the way of a good friendship. And you know, it's one of those things that I regret. You know, letting snakes become an issue. You know, you should never let reptiles dictate our relationships with people. Never. It should never be about the snake more than the person. So, so in any case, so getting back to zebras, let's talk about snakes. So I saw a zebra the first time, UK pythons. I've heard somebody said the other day where that was where the original snake it was something, I think they were sold for like €2,500 or something. So it wasn't a big spend for whoever bought it. Probably Paul. I can be corrected on this, but this is what I heard. So nothing to look at much, you know. But when the zebras were put together, they had a patternless super form. Okay, and it turned out that these things were really, you know, made a snake. But there were issues with the tail. So they come out with these little hook tails. So it's literally like a 90-degree hook, or even further on the right at the tip of their tail. Sometimes you go all the way up to their vent. I mean, Jared and you know, there's other guys who could tell me what they've had, because I think Jared was the first one to make a super zebra in Australia. It's one of those things that eluded me. It's always eluded me, the super zebra. So I'm very envious of people that have actually made them. Luckily, the guys that I know that have made them, I've seen, you know, like, I think they're the best. I really do think the best. Today they got better. But in any case, so people started making them, and people started breeding them, and there was always this thing about super zebras have tail issues. So, you know, a lot of people gave up on the whole super zebra thing. I think I ran out of space here with my. Let me just go to my Facebook page to see if there's any. Okay, so I can't stay on top of all the comments, so bear with me. All right, so 62 people watching. G'day. So, in any case, the first, so the Europeans had no luck with them. You know, like, there was a few of them around. They lost. Their value dropped because guys realized, you know, that they're not they're a good mutation, but it comes with the issues. So they started putting them to Axanthics. I think Axanthics super zebras were the next reptile, or the next mutation that was made. Let me just see. Let me just see. I think all the comments are coming in from Facebook. Let me just see what the delay is. Okay, so people, you want to ask questions, ask questions. Let me just get this the first part of the show off, and then we'll get involved in the discussion if there's people that need to know stuff. If I'm talking too quickly, tell me to slow down. All right. So they made Axanthic super zebras that they had issues. So people didn't really go down that way. Caramel, I think Caramel, I hate caramels, but in any case, that's just I just don't like mutation. Everybody knows that. Or hypos. I like hypos. I like super hypos. I really like them. Hypo jags. I really like hypo jags as well. But in any case, get back to the zebra. So they made them, and sort of the interest sort of dwindled, and then a few guys made zebra granites, and you know, beautiful snakes as well. I don't know if there's issues. I've lost track with if there's tail issues. I see a few of them on the Facebook groups every now and then, but it's not common. You know, as far as I know, most of the American breeders and most of the European breeders sort of lost interest in the super zebra. They ended up going down the road of refining them and giving and making better coloured ones. You know, brighter yellow ones, and you know, trying to work that type of stuff out. So in any case, about 2012, 2011, they started to come into Australia. Okay, so we won't go into that, but we all know that they arrived here illegally. So, but they came in, guys started working with them. I ended up with a whole bunch of them, and I started making them. And I noticed in the first clutches, I think the first clutches was like 2012. I think I had I think I have 5 or 6 clutches, and I had a few that had not many. I mean, I had maybe 20 or 30 hatchlings, and I think there was 2 or 3 of them had those little hooktails, and all you had to do was like use a pair of really sharp scissors and just cut the front off, or just wait for the shed. It sounds horrible, but there's a lot of things that I mean, I'm not proud of a lot of stuff that I did, but I mean that's one of the things that we wouldn't know how to. I mean, it wasn't big enough to justify going to a veterinarian and getting that little. Normally what happens is they don't shed that first 2 or 3 scales of their tails, or 4 scales of the tails along the where the hook is, and then the skin just packs around it, and normally those little bits of tail just fall off. So it's not detrimental to the animal. We kept working with them, and then started putting the albinos we started crossing them over into albinos, and we started crossing them to. I was working with a few other things, and some people started having heads, started selling them. I know Jared had a whole bunch of them. I was more into the refining and getting the yellows out and stuff like that. I did cross them into granites and granite jags and stuff like that. But then I know that Jared made them, and I think Jared also put. I could be wrong. I mean, Jared, please. But I know you said you've got more experience with the super zebras than anybody in Australia. But I know that from what I can remember, let's just close this up. I think maybe there's okay. Here we go. So. I think Jared made a super zebra clutch, and he had issues with them. I can't remember. So correct me if I'm wrong. So in any case, more and more people started working with them, and then about 3 years ago, I think 3 or 4 years ago, people were saying, we're going to make albino zebras. They're going to flood the market. And, like everybody was stressing that the albino zebras were going to flood the market. And it never really happened. And we couldn't understand why not. And then a friend of mine in Victoria, Shane Plank, this is now really fast-tracking it. There's a lot of history in between of stuff that what people made and what people bred and whatever. Shane Plank put together a het zebra to a het zebra, het albino, and he made 3 perfectly striped, perfectly straight albino zebras. And I was like, man, that's okay. Well, maybe we've approached the whole thing in the wrong way. Maybe the right way to do it is to go down the route of using albino heads, or head for albino zebras. So next year, I think he did it. The next year again, he made all straight tails, and they were perfect. No issues. What happened in the meantime, though? The Americans and Europeans there's always this thing that people said, no, you can't make them because they don't survive. They die in the egg, and there was this whole thing. Can eat at me. I like to think out of the box, and there's a lot of stuff that I've done that I've gone totally against the books, and I've gone, man, why have we been? And we see that a lot. I mean, we basically. Read books, or I don't know how many people read books these days anymore, but a lot of the information that came that we started with, a lot of the information we started with. Sorry, I don't know why my chat's not moving. There's no chat. The chat's not going, so I don't know why. The stream's going. Sorry, I'm back and forth. It's been 20 minutes already. Trying to understand why, unless nobody's commenting. So please, just whack a comment. Let me just make a comment here to see if the stream of mine's working. Test. Let's see if there's test. Okay, Brent, you're there. All right. Okay, the people joining in. So we all assumed, which was, of course, against I don't know why I assumed. We all assumed, and there was big fights online and stuff about, it's working the chat. So you guys are just quiet. Come on, man. Can't let me do all the talking. So we all assumed, like dickheads, that the albinos, Nathan, good mate, haven't seen you in a while. So we all assumed that you can't make albino zebras because they die in egg. So, man, it must have been so. Shane came through, he made those albino zebras, and then people started to think. Then a friend of mine, was it Shane? Before Shane even, Brent Smith at KHP Reptiles made, he used stuff that, I mean, the good old days of the auctions, I mean, I remember I sold possible heads and stuff of cheap, man. I think $1,200 or whatever. Those days, they were still expensive. But he ended up doing some work with that, and he got some other heads from an albinos and stuff. And he made, the first clutch he made was from, the female didn't prove out. And that female had a bunch of straight-tailed super zebras. So we also started, that actually happened before the albino zebras happened. So, funny, there's always a funny guy in the chat. So, Brent made those straight-tailed zebras. I think I've got a picture somewhere. Also, everybody's seen KHP. Go over to KHP Reptiles. You'll see go through his photos there. There's photos of this grey-looking super zebra. So that was one of the first that made us think, okay, and the Americans and the Europeans always said, well, you can make them. It's just very low odds to make them. So Shane made the albino zebras, and then, there was a little bit of a gap. A few other people made the albino zebras, albino zebra jags. And then a year or two ago, there was a guy in America that made a albino super zebra. And I don't know, I showed a photo of it when we were younger, and we all got excited, and we're like, oh, okay, first one ever. It's possible to make them. But then I think somebody told me that snake never did well, and it was... Nicole, my wife, also having smart there in messages. Hello. Okay, any case. So we all started going, okay, well, maybe it's possible, but I just, it's luck. Yeah, it's just luck. It's pure luck. I'm the biggest skeptic ever. Prefer being a skeptic and saying sorry than just believing anything. So I spoke to Rajiv Pereira in Victoria a few months, I think this year. I think suddenly posted a photo of albino super zebra that he made, and I don't know. I think the tail was a little bit messed up. I don't know if that's still alive. I'm assuming it is. He's posted a photo a while back that it's showing that it ate. So I'm always skeptic. I'm skeptic, Okay, but maybe if assist fed that snake. I don't know. It's just trust me, I'm just a skeptic. So sorry if I don't want to. This is not about bad mouthing anybody. I'm just saying, I'm a skeptic. So whether or not, I don't know. Good on it for good on people for if they make something that we all thought is impossible. I think it's just the jealousy that comes out. All of us are a little bit jealous when somebody makes something that you like. You go, oh, fuck, man, shit. Why did he make it? So it's possible. So we'll get to that, George. This is where this conversation is going. So I started to talk with I spoke to Brent, and I said to him, look at this. That snake also, and Rajiv I've never spoken to Rajiv, but one of those guys as well that I don't know, we've issues, but I don't know why we've got issues. We've never said hello ever, and we've got issues. I don't know. So, in any case, my gut's telling me he bought the het for albino male from Shane, the one that made all the straight-tailed ones, and I think maybe my gut's telling that I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows. Did he use what? 73 watching. Yeah, it's a good show. It's a strong show. Yeah. I think maybe he used the one that had the. So I think it's genetic. I think it could be the founder stock that the Europeans worked with and the Americans worked with that might have a glitch somewhere there. But in any case, so Rajiv showed his, and then I started, and Brent said to me, I'm gonna make. I saw his photos of his Sunglow jag over an albino zebra, and I went, was it that Sunglow jag? Was it a Sunglow zebra jag? And I was like, I don't even believe in Sunglows. That's how skeptic I am. I'm like, yeah, fuck, it's Unglow. It's like anything caramel, I sort of go, yeah. I've seen too many people mislabel caramel for something that they're not. So, and everybody that knows me knows I'm a skeptic. Caramels and bloody hypos. Yeah, hypos are different because hypos, I like hypos. Yeah, those really low black hypos. So, motor mouth. So, Brent said, yeah, he's going to make it. And I'm like, yeah, here we go. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, good on you, mate. Good job, Yeah, clutch there down the drain for the season. And I was literally, I was like, I think I said to him, I said, oh, okay, I don't know if he's going to work it, Mr. Skeptic. So, in any case, this morning, he sent me a photo, and I think, let me just see if I can figure this out. So, this morning he sends me this, and I'm going, oh, okay. Could still be a skeptic. Could still be just a albino. I've seen every form. I've made hundreds of albinos in my time. Hundreds. Yeah, borderline. So he sent me this photo, and I'm going, yeah, no, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Then he sends me this, and he's, the sunglasses. So there, already in that photo, right next to that, I'll increase it. I'll go through the slides again so we can have a good look. So in any case, I said, yeah, it's I started getting excited, and I went, yeah, because I don't keep carpets anymore, but I like seeing the guys that are still working with some of the lines that I started years back. I just like seeing that these things are going and it's moving ahead, and guys are are excelling the industry, taking the risks. I like breeders that are willing to go and say, look, I'm willing to sacrifice a clutch, because he could have, and this is not I'm not blowing, I've got nothing to go. I mean, I'll doubt I'll ever get back into carpet pythons, but I know enough about carpet pythons to drive conversation about carpet pythons. So it's nothing, I just like the work that guys are doing with it, they're thinking out of the box, guys in the industry. So that snake, then we'll go to the next slide. And then he showed us this one, and man, the guys, and I'm like, lungs, might not get out. Nah, this thing, it's definitely a albino super zebra. And I'm going, it's not probably gonna collapse lungs, as soon as it gets out. I didn't say that to Brent, but I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. And then I didn't know that it was the sequence. These must have been old photos that he took, because he, and then he showed me this, and I went, here we go. Here we go. This guy never gonna breathe. There we go. That just proves that albino zebra. So yeah, shit fucks. So and then he shows me this, and I'm going, oh, okay, beautiful clutch. I mean, this clutch changed my mind about sunbows. I mean, the whole clutch is just gorgeous. I mean, I wish I lived closer to New South Wales. I would have been in that car as soon as I saw the photo, and I would have gone and had a look. Yeah, the boys, g'day, Colin. And then he showed me a photo like this, and you can see the sun glows in there. You can see the deep orange one right in the middle. There's a sun glow zebra, and I'm like, I said to him afterwards, I said, that looks like a plum. Is that not a albino super? Is that not albino super zebra? And we had a look. He said, no, the pattern's not right for it. He sent me some other photos. So this isn't something that just happened. Brent started with albinos, and he added a head for albinos. He added possible heads for albino zebras, and he proved those out. And I mean, this is another thing. You have to make sure when you buy snakes, make sure you buy from. Make sure you research where you get the stuff from. Make sure you get the right. You get the snakes that are what they are. That's just the thing to do. And then he sent me this. And you can see how all gorgeous that is. You can see how the zero pattern. And then we started talking, and I said, okay. That he said to me, the original thought his thought was, I think I made an albino super zebra jaguar, and that's never been made. And Brent's not the type of guy who would carry on about that. But in my mind, that is one of the rarest mutations. I forgot that I was on camera then. See how Big Brother, I'd be perfect for Big Brother, I reckon. About the cameras in, how many minutes flat? Let me just check how long this stream's been going. Yeah, that took me 30 minutes to forget the camera was there. So, that snake, I mean, that is just phenomenal. I mean, bloody hell, look at it. That pure white, and then that face. Oh God, I love that face. I love that face. In any case, he showed me another photo of us. He actually showed me a photo couple of days back. He hatched another clutch, and he had a leucistic in there with red eyes. I don't know. Maybe you can just give me permission to share that photo, mate. I know you in there. So if you just say yeah, go right, whatever, send me a message on Messenger. And I'll post the photo. But I said to him, the first thing I said, how's the tail? How's the tail? And he's like, man, it's just a little, I mean, there's a photo of the tail. It's just got a little hook on it. You know, normally those tails are all messed up. Totally messed up. And this is just a perfect, look at that orange in that other snake's, the body, the pattern there. I mean, beautiful, beautiful snake. I mean, these things are going to scream when they get older. And then I've got a photo of the clutch without the big emblem over it. But the clutch itself is just phenomenal. So this is definitely the place to go if you're looking for some awesome. I mean, the other thing about Brendan, I mean, I've been around the bush, around the block, quite a few. I've been around for a while, and I've not known a guy with such meticulous, cleanest collection I know. Stuff stays, new stuff goes off site, stays there for 12 months, gets tested for every type of disease. If a new animal comes in that time, he resets the clock, and everything stays in there for 12 months again, and then he tests them. It costs thousands of dollars testing new snakes that come in, and nothing comes into his collection at his house without those animals being tested. So my dad's also there. Hello everybody. There's a lot of people in there that I haven't seen in a long time, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that watch this show afterwards. So I thought that was a great shot. You can see the little tail there. I'll go in on a tight. So there's the guy, and man, seriously, that is one of the prettiest snakes. That snake is going to be pure white as it gets older. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we don't know. It's never been made before. Absolutely, it's never been made before. And then there's just a close-up of all the different colors. I thought so you see there's a normal standard albino zebra on top there, and then there's the albino super zebra jag, a normal albino super zebra on top, and albino super zebra jag at the bottom. So, man, I'm so excited about the prospects of this, of proving that these things can be made. Now, it's still not, this would need to be replicated next year and the year after, but I mean, this is the first time and it shows that from the right lines, the right lineage, these things can be made, but the prospects of I can just imagine, the combinations that can be made with these things, it's with the peppers and the granites and the axanthics and putting all of that stuff. It might just open the carpet python. It's because it's become a bit stale. I feel the carpet industry is a little bit stale at the moment. But with these type of results, it really blows new life into it. I mean, what's the fella's name? Brent Smith. Which fella? I don't know. Ashwin has the best zeros in Australia. And there we go. Zeros, yeah. Zeros, hypos. So there's another photo of the bunch. You can see the nice sun-glow zebra. I mean, and this proves that this proves what a sun-glow zebra is supposed to mean. A lot of people have made sun-glow zebras, and I've always gone, how do you know? That's always been my issue. Carpets go through so much of a change that when they're born, and by the time they get adult, there's so much melanin that comes into the play. And that to me, that orange in that snake, on the orange in those snakes, tell me that that's definitely sunglow. And I always, I said to Brent, the father's a sunglow. It's because he lost his pattern. They're bright orange snakes as adults. Bright orange. Oh yeah, Brent at KHP Reptiles column. So let's go to the next one. So there he is. So you can see a little teeny bit of a kinky there. That's easy to take care of. I mean, you just leave that. That just, because they don't shed that little tip. They don't shed it, and it's like bearded dragons that get bitten on their toes and stuff. I see people, carry on about bearded dragons and their toe nips and whatever. If they nip their toes, they naturally made to survive little injuries like that by constricting the blood flow to those extremities, and they just fall off, and then they go on with their life. I mean, people are so. He's Sherry, I can see you there. So it just falls off. There's nothing except, you take a snake, you can take a reptile to the vet if he's got gaping wounds and stuff like that to be stitched up again, or do what I did in the past. Like I've fixed major holes in snakes with some super glue, and healed, 8, grew 5, 6 years old, no issues. I'm not saying everybody has to do it. You have to be competent to do stuff like that, and I'm not promoting that at all, so don't get me wrong. So there's the 2 guys. We don't know what they are. I'm keenly looking forward to knowing if it's a boy and a girl. It'd be nice if it's a boy and a girl. Oh my God, that'd be great, wouldn't it? And then there's some more. So there's like a little moon glow that made. I hope you don't mind me sharing that. I thought that's a real pretty photo of a thing that, that's another topic we can discuss. So we all moon glow, but I haven't seen anybody make a clutch full of snows. And surely it is a lot easier. And why is that? Surely it would be a lot easier to make snows, a lot of snows, and then a low amount of moon glows. And this is not attacking anybody. I'm just saying I'm open for discussion. I think it's something that fascinates me, that there's that many moon glows, you never see snows. And it's not supposed to be like that. There should be more snows than there should be moon glows. Okay, back on topic. So there's another photo of the gang. Oh man, look at them. Look at those oranges and those whites. The high contrasting clean. That is, gets excited. What was the genetic heritage of the sludge Damon side? But this was it's coming. We'll get to that, Mick. So there's just another. There you can really see. My Facebook, or you probably see it better on your phones. We'll go in closer. I'll go through the slides while we chat and stuff a little bit later. But man, that is just awesome. That high contrasting orange. I can imagine what these things are going to look once my gut's telling me if we start putting these things into albino, half-blood albino bred lines and stuff like that, starting with solid tails into those lines, I reckon we are going to make some crazy stuff. And I personally think that just the fact that this can be done puts Australia ahead of the pack. Yes, there's the stuff over there, that zebra granites and axanthic zebras and axanthic zebra, all that stuff's here already. But really, this stuff puts us ahead of the pack now. Over in the States, and it's just a matter of time before the mutations start popping. It's just a matter of breeding before the stuff starts popping up. New mutations start popping. It's exciting. I don't think they'll ever be as popular as ball pythons. I just cannot see, because it's just not enough gene flow and it's just not enough genetic diversity in collections. We can go. Let's just put it this way: we're not making millions of them like the ball python guys do in Africa, and the guys in the US. But I could be wrong. Who knows? In the next 50 years, it depends on if the animal rights people put a clamp down on it, or if the legislators force us to, changes the law so it makes it harder for us to keep reptiles. Let's just have a look at another one. So there's a classic look. Look at that. I wish I was there. I wish I could take that photo with those 2 heads next to each other to show how different they are. Look at the orange. The oranges in those snakes are fantastic. A few people have seen it. It's just a albino super zebra. I don't think people understand what the odds are. It's low odds, but for something that isn't supposed to happen, this is a miracle, man. This is a miracle. So let's just go through these. There's the first photo. I don't know. I didn't add that. I'll see if I can. So it was from I'll see if I can add photos to this slideshow. Hang on, let me just add some photos. We'll just go through those photos so in a larger photo, a larger pic, so we can do it. So Brent's here, Jerry here. Yeah, it's not saturated at all, is it? So we'll go through them again. Feel free to have a chat. There's just somebody drop it. Vinny, just drop a test there. See if that works. Just want to see if the chat's still going. So there's a guy poking his face for the first time. That's Brent's ugly little fingers there in the top left. Oof. From those cuticles. Jerry, give him a nail clipper. And there's it's always such a messy. Look at all the albumin and, umbilical stalk crap that's in there cutting. You can see he was a little bit excited by the way those eggs were chopped, Like, come on, open, get out of there, you fucker, in any case. And there he is, the photo that made me go, just look at the head, I'm hoping that's like a two-tone. I hope it gets into like a little two-tone color when it gets older. So there's a little bit of a close-up. Those are better, yeah. Dropping off the viewers. Maybe I'm just talking too much. Maybe they're getting over all this talk of zebra. So it'd be interesting to see what where we go in the future with these guys. I think there'll be a few. Brent will be posting it up on his page after the show, and you guys can have a quiz him over there. I think it was just from a stand. I'll go through this slideshow and then I'll see if I can add the parents, but it's all on his website, all on his page. He's got a website as well at khbreptiles.com.au, and he's got an email there. You can send any messages. He's probably very involved in the groups and chat and stuff like that, and on Facebook. So he's there to answer a question. There is the shot again of the two little rascals there next to each other. Look at that. Huh? How white. It's like white. I like it. Super white. Well, we need to come up with a name now. Huh? Let's come up with a sick name, Brent. Huh? What are you going to call them? Albino super zebra jaguars. Just too much to say. You need to come up with some silly name. That's the trend. Some heritage stuff right there, huh? Heritage stuff. There's a little tail. That's a better shot of the tail. There's that. And the sim tub. Sim tub, those tubs, the best snake incubation boxes in the world, reptile incubation boxes in the world. It's not just because I used to import them, but because I use them exclusively, and they never let me down. Such a convenience. Go straight into the dishwasher after that, bang. And they're coming out in the acrylic version now. So I'm thinking about maybe doing something there. Acrylic, pure, clear acrylic that's going to be 100% sterile. When straight into the incubator. I think Brent used water crystals as well. I don't know. Maybe just water. Who knows? There's that photo of the gang. There's that white snake. I can't wait to see that after it's had a shed. There we go. Let's have a look and see. So it's an awesome clutch. I really think that's the way to go. That's going to be. I can just imagine what other stuff's going to be. It helps that you already have every ingredient that can go in there. And I think next year a lot more people will. I think there's a possibility that there might be a few other guys coming this season. I know somebody that might make more of these, but it's going to be low odds work, and that's always a tough one. But it's awesome to see this progress. This is all progress. This is what I was going through the season. I was watching. I was going, oh God, not the same shit over and over, and it's always the same crap, And then this happens. There's been a few highlights. The granite T positive half. I don't know, granite T positive thing that Dave Evans made. That was nice. I can't wait to see that. It'll be interesting to see what all those half-blood Murray albinos are doing. I don't know if Brett made more of the albino bread-like stuff. They were nice. No, there's no odds. Yeah, correct. This shouldn't happen because they should all be dead. That is what, But I have to say, I wonder if I can't show that photo. Brent, please, on your Facebook page, please post the photo of that ruby-eyed leucistic. I mean, just that. That is just, man, why can't these things crawl out of an egg? Solid red pupil, a red eye. The eye was just pure red and no pattern. Crazy. Amazing stuff. There's that guy again. Can't wait to see this thing. So hopefully, this is only part of the step. This is only the next thing would be to get these things to start eating. And that, they look a bit, I don't know, they could have maybe absorbed, Brent said they were a little bit early. So it's looks a little bit like it could have absorbed a little bit more yolk, but, Brent's very, very capable. Yeah, and Teresa's would be very nice in that color, I reckon. Hard work though, hard work. There we go, nice close up. I think the little tail hook right on the KHP there was a little tail hook. So the other ones also got a tiniest look. It could have been worse. I mean, I've seen some albino zebras with terrible kinks in them. That made that the reason why we were saying no, we can't. That's not really something we should promote, as breeding animals that look like that. I'm just glad, some of the risk takers. The risk takers, it always pays off for the risk takers. There we go. So there's a high orange. I definitely thought that was a super. I thought it's a sunglow. That's a sunglow zebra. That's the first one that I've seen straight up that I've gone, man, that is a sunglow. So that is the bar now that people have. That is the standard that has been set now. I mean, I couldn't keep. I was very particular with the stuff that I used to keep. Man, I kept best. That is something that I, back into element talking about what you love. Yeah, my dad knows me all too well. I can talk about this shit for days. And I can literally talk. The guys who's been around me, I can literally talk about this shit for days. There's a guy again. He's got the coolest head. There's him again. And the little moon glow. See, now that's got the right roundings that's got the right roundings in the right spot, especially around the last third of the body there. That snake's gonna be a good snake, Yeah, I think that's it. He sent me some photos, and these photos, man, look at the contrast. What makes it good, and to give some tips to the guys out there that hasn't really got into carpet python so much, it's easy to just buy shit. It's hard to wait for the right animal to pop its head up, because usually that drags out your projects for 5 more years. But in the end of the day, that is what separates you from everybody else, is if you wait and not just buy crap. Instead of having 20 snakes there in your collection that are B or C grade, rather work with 5 and have 5 A grade animals and create yourself a lineage of animals that let you stand out next among the rest, head and shoulders. And that's what you have to do. This is stuff that I learned over years, of hoarding reptiles. And, guys, rather take up space with beautiful things that you love to look at than have things there that you go, I don't really know where it fits in. It's got there, I'm maybe going to do this, that is just a waste of space. Get the good stuff. Save up, get the good stuff. And I think that's the last of those photos. And there's a contrasting with the things. So, yeah, that was... That was first, mate. That's the first part. Well, Jake, you have to go and watch the show. Thank you. I'm not going to go backwards now. This is why we're here. And beyond time will be, if you're late, miss out on the show. go through the pictures, you'll see them. That little whites. That is not a moon glow. So so it's interesting to see. I'd love to see. I can't wait to see what else is coming. I mean, it's still a little bit of the season left. I know there's a few. I think a lot of people were a little bit late with their clutches. Anybody have that? Like lots of late clutches this year. Sorry, I just want to drink, but I don't want to drink too close to the mic because we don't want to hear me gulp my liquids down again. Oh, that's better. Yeah, a little bit of diet ginger beer after the festive season. I got on the scale the other day and I thought, ooh, what's this? No, can't do that. But all the diet food's back in the cupboard. So let me just get rid of this this image slideshow here. I want to see if I can show you guys the sort of the background of. Just move this. I don't know why. Hang on. Let me just okay, it's not gonna move. Oh my goodness, hang on. Why is camera 1 not moving? Ah, there we go. Ah, that's it. Okay, that's okay. I can just sit there. So let me just see what's going on in the restream chat. Did I miss anything? Did anybody ask for something? Was Rainbow got something right? Oh my goodness! Never stops. What is that? A giveaway snake? Yeah, well, maybe Brent will give it away. I don't know. Little surprise. Surprise. Hey, magical work. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's something he's been has some next level super zebras he should share. Give Jared some time to warm up to the whole idea of sharing stuff with me. We sort of just reached out to each other today. I don't even know if he's gotten the message yet. Old fella driving a computer. Yeah. It's about right. Hey, well, we have all the ability to learn. That's something that I've learned. You could, if life takes your things that you know away from you, you learn how to use other things that makes you happy. So, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it. I think Brent's going to post his photos on his page. You can harass him there. Don't harass me with questions. I'm just here to be I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me either. So, I'm just saying, 70 watches. So, it's been a good show. So, I'm hoping to do this I want to do this. So, if you guys, if you've made something, I mean, don't care about, don't worry, don't be shy. And don't be shy. I'm not going to buy it. And I really want to give back to the hobby. That's why I put this together. I really want to give back to the hobby, and I want to share with guys. I want to showcase some of the achievements that the Aussies are making. I mean, I live in this country. I've been here for a long time, and I really think that there's it's so easy to just go. I mean, go like my YouTube channel as well, carpetpythons.com. I think it's just Carpet Pythons on YouTube. Please just go and subscribe there and click the notification there. So if there's a show up there, I might do some more stuff on YouTube because YouTube is a little bit better to do paid promotion because I don't do this for this is time that I spend with my family, and I think all of us, and I really appreciate it that you guys watch tonight. I mean, it's humbling to see that there's every time the show goes up, there's more support. But I really like the YouTube channel to grow, and I think there to have a library of achievements, because it goes, information sort of disappears in Facebook. Stuff that the guys are. I was thinking today. Australia does. All the books that are made and published about our mutations and stuff from overseas. I see Nick Mutton's working on a second edition of the complete Carpet Python, and I'm thinking, why can't we put our heads together and come up with something like that? I'm more than willing to get involved in something like that, and take nice photos, and put together a world-class book of achievements from Australians. Maybe I know there's a lot of people that don't like me. There's a lot of people I don't expect everybody to like me, but if it's for the greater good of the hobby, that we can have a reference somewhere and we can have acknowledgement for guys that have, for people that have done the hard work. There's a lot of guys in this country that are doing amazing work with not just with the mutations, but with reptiles in general. It'd be a great place to be able to access that and have a library of discussion surrounding it and be able to follow and see, send somebody there, like, oh, I'm new to carpet pythons. Well, what can we talk about when it comes to zebras? Like what's a zebra? Send me somewhere to go and read up and watch the conversation and see what they're all about, I need some advice on some ants. Maybe we'll send some big short. Yeah, I'm not really the guy for like there's my strong. Everybody has a strong point, and everybody, strong points and weak points. I'm not really the guy for. Jake saying there, send me photos of. I can look at stuff for you, and I can give you an opinion. But there are guys at work. I mean, Peter Birch, one of the world's best guys with Antaresia. Like I know that there's. Some people don't like him, some people love him, it's the same with everybody. But we sometimes need to be able to look past that and go, what are we doing this for? Are we doing it for, ourselves, or have we got a bigger picture? I see on a lot of the groups now, there's people saying, well, why are we so infighting? Why is there, and maybe this is not the right platform, but I might as well talk about it now because I've got people there watching, Sorry, I'm going to chew your ear off. 3, 4, down to 30, from 70 down to 30. Now that they found out what the snake was, they're going, they won't do that again. Yeah, whatever. Thank you. So, but it's sad to see it in the state where it is at the moment, where everybody, it's up to an hour now. Sorry guys for keeping you out of bed. All these amongst us all, I should be my wife sitting next to us. She's just going, yeah, why? Yes, 10 o'clock. We should be sleeping already. I'm in trouble. But anyway, guys, to get back to the conversation, working here. So, and I'm gonna hammer that. Every time the show's up, people are gonna hear at least 10 minutes of me carrying on about, let bygones be bygones. Let bygones be bygones. And it's hard. It's hard when you. It's hard. People forget that one of the hard things to do. For people, and here we go. Where did you send me the photos to? We'll have to talk about it on the next show. So what I want to do is, for the ones that have lasted for an hour, all the old people that don't drink, or that sit at home, their wounds, their sore backs, and after a long week of working. So what I want to do is, I think Saturday nights, because I don't go out on Saturday nights. Not next Saturday night. Next Saturday night's my lovely wife's, I'm not going to say 30th birthday. 30th, yeah. So I'll be looking after her for the night because I don't drink anymore. I stopped drinking 3 years ago. It's a health thing, and I lost a bit of weight. Picked up a little weight now. Look after it again. But I'll have a look at these, Jared. Thanks, mate. I assume you got my my message tonight. But we'll talk about it some more. But we might not do it Friday. I might do it Friday night because we're not at the mercy of the rest of the world. We do what we want in Australia. We first on the timeline. They fall in line after us. That's as simple as that. So we'll have a chat about it. I'm sure there'll be a few people. Please send share the news feed. Get other people involved. Let's grow this. So it's a great little community that we can put together. Especially the people that are crazy carpet python nuts. Like filthy habit carpet pythons. Terrible. All their money goes into bloody carpet pythons. And there's the usual suspects here. I'm glad everybody could join. I really am. There's people on feed here that I haven't spoken to in years. And it's nice to see. It's nice to see the faces that, a lot of the people around now don't know who the people were 5 years back or 10 years back that started moving the hobby in that direction. Man, the amount of abuse that the mutation guys copped on Aussie Pythons and all those forums. Man, it was savages on that. Like it was a savage, robust environment that you had to harden up or you had to fuck off. It's as simple as that. And there's the language again. My poor mum from South Africa, she's visiting here. She was sitting in the room. This is sort of a room inside a room. She was sitting there while I was doing the show last in the week, and poor woman. She said to me afterwards, it was like watching a Gordon Ramsay show, Hell's Kitchen, own house, like the poor woman probably won't be the same after that. But I got off my chest, and I'm sorry, but it's been stuff that I carried around for the longest time, and It was really liberating. So this is now going totally off topic for the cupboards. We had the snakes and whatever. We can ask Brent if there's stuff with it. He'll have all the same photos up if you want to go and do the hard press save to your camera rolls, because I know I'm like that. I collect pictures because it's good to go back. I think I've got 20,000 photos on my phone from mid 2000, even before, from the 2000s. So I've got the history of reptile keeping or the mutation industry in Australia on my phone. It's unreal, being able to go back. Before that, before phones, I don't know what we did before phones. It's bloody ridiculous. So I'm promising you I'll slow down. There's still 30 people watching. I don't know why people aren't saying anything. Come on, put something out there. What do you want to know? So, is it viable? Is the theory valid that zebra carpets, it could be that the founder stock in Europe that the guys are working with was flawed, and that our genetic, I think outcrossing, I did a lot of outcrossing. I think Jared did a lot of outcrossing as well originally. And I don't know how you're going with am I wrong to say that you had issues with the original making super, like full clutches of super zebra? You've tried, I think you said, from memory, we're all part of that group that I had, that Australian Reptile Mutation Breeders Group. That group's still there. Maybe fire that up so we can look through the history of the hobby again. But I remember, I think you did say that you had issues with super zebras originally, and I think the outcrossing doesn't fix all of it. I think it's a mutation that will always have its fair share of issues. But I think that original outcrossing, and I think the more people work with them and the more people cross them out into unrelated lines, I think that we'll see the lines really, really improve over the next few years. I mean, I'm interested. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with these. It'd be interesting to see how viable they are. I mean, that's the next thing. It's hard to make them, and it's also hard. Yeah, I know. I saw your message, and I couldn't read it. But I just couldn't. I couldn't, I'm talking about. It's just too hard. There's so much, and we'll work through it. I think the more we get involved with each other, and I'm talking to a few people now that I'm seeing messages from here, it was a great time. It was friends, and then shit went horribly wrong with friendships and fucking people that just have no fucking idea that it's just like friendships mean shit to them. Let's not let this go down the gutter again. Have a sip of diet ginger beer, Safeway, Diet Right it's called. Okay, so that is 1 hour and 6 minutes. Thank you for watching tonight. I really appreciate it. And I really like your support with the Carpet Python page. If you can like the Carpet Python page, I'd love that. If you can go to the YouTube, I don't think there's any likes on that YouTube channel of mine yet. But I think I'm streaming the same stuff as what I do here. It is a rare commodity. But doing this show, I've already seen a few people I've seen, and it's the ones that can look past the mistakes, because here we go. Before I want to close off, here we go. Yes, I did use a male super zebra paired with a few zebras, got 28 super all kinked and had to be put down, but now I'm getting supers that are perfect. Here we go. So it depends on the line that you're working with, from what I can see, and I think it's a lot to say about heads, solid heads, and working with stuff with straight tails. I think this is what the guys are seeing with the albino Mackies at the moment. They're getting more viable, and it's just hard work, man. It's not a straight line to the top. It's like this, and then backwards, and then up, and then you go up. I mean, the amount of years that I spent looking at snakes, going, I'm going to make this, and then. So that's for I hate super zebra. I hate them as well because, man, I just couldn't even nail them. Never. There's always something that happened. You know, there's always something that they outsmarted me, and always something that popped up. So, but that's cool. That's cool to know. You see, that's a conversation that you don't see in books. I can't see. I can't. It'd be nice to go back now and look at the complete carpet python and see what the guys were saying in there, and comparing it in the notes that we've got now. And we're realizing, okay, but it can be done. So now, how do we make it better? And yeah, I'm hoping. Long time with the Max, Joe. I know, but because people, that's the problem they had with the granites. The granites overseas, it reminds me of the whole granites. Granites were so popular over in Europe when Pete Norton made them the first time, that they just used brother to sister, brother to sister, brother to sister, and eventually just got so messed up and inbred that those snakes, all they could do was have issues, reproductive issues. Then the guys in America, I think Mutton, outcrossed that snake to a few totally unrelated wild caught. Was it wild caught? I think so. I could be wrong. Papillon, is it Papillon python? Or is that the right word to use? Papillon pythons. Yeah, I think it was always Orange Eye. When I was over in England, I think they were called Orange Eye. I loved them. They were so red when they're babies. But in any case, he made them, and they fixed up the granite issues. So it might be something to do now is to take that albino zebra jag and maybe put that to normal Darwins again, and start just one female, make a small clutch, hold back the little zebras, and then start that whole process over and just get them stronger and more robust and more robust. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They just they just look at the granite, the granite jags and the albino granites and albino granite jags that are out there now. The first granite jag that I had, and a lot of those stuff, I think the ones that are around came from my original found stock. I took a granite jag male that was like 350, I think it was 350 grams. I always had issues with that guy, but he was a good breeder. He went over an albino female, a big, strong breeder female of mine. And, he was not that good, but all his babies were rock solid. And it's just, Brent ended up with some of those heads, and he's making solid snakes. The majority of granites that are out there at the moment, I think, came from that line. And it just shows you the power of outcrossing. It's amazing what outcrossing can do to robustness of genetics, vigor. It just invigorates the lines. So, but this is stuff, this is stuff that I should really try and. The problem is, I want to have conferences and bring people together, but there are personal issues. I would love to organize another conference and have everybody attend and talk about this stuff 5 years on. We know so much more now, and we can share the knowledge. Even if I do a talk about ultrasounding, nobody does ultrasounding anymore, and it was something that really helped me understand how carpet pythons work on the inside. This is the type of stuff. And where we are now, fixing the mutations. All these new guys that are in the hobby now that have taken over the reins, and maybe another 6 years, and I'll get. I don't know. Carpets. I just don't miss all this shit cleaning. I would love to have to make it, because we see all these bloody expos and all that shit, and we could have one in Victoria, and then we can have one later in the year, and we can have two of them a year. But those things, I would pull the people together. I don't want to go to an expo. I like natural history of reptiles. But man, if I had the option of going to a conference where we talk about mutant mutts the whole weekend, I'd rather do that. And share and hear what guys are working with, and try and share what I know and supplement, because I don't know everything. A lot of you guys don't know everything. And it's nice to just run notes by, a lot of the times there's people working on the same projects where they could just alter that project slightly, and they're working on, and then it supplements what we know about species and about the mutations. There's so much stuff to do. Not one person can't do it all. And then sometimes the stuff falls through the cracks, and not all bases are covered, and that's what makes it take even longer. I'm not saying to give the information away for free. You can charge. You know, we did. What did we charge? I think we charged $50, something like that, and included a meal or whatever. But it might be something to consider, but it's something that we'll do. You know, now that there's a platform to talk about it, I'm sure there's still people sitting there looking at the video going, I fucking hate you. Oh, you know, I wish you'd die. You know, you get people like that. And, you know, we have to move past. So, love you all. Thank you for watching. I don't know, love is a strong word for South African to use, but thank you for watching in any case. I hope that's handy. Great job with the. You know, I know you're humble. I know you don't want to make a scene about it. I know you don't want to make a whole deal about it. But mate, Brent, that clutch is sensational, and I think that you had foresight that few other guys have. In the hobby, and a hard worker, good work ethic that I have not seen in many people in this industry. Okay, and I wish you all the luck with that. I'll be staying in touch. I'm sure you will be staying in touch, and good luck with it. And I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what gets made more. And there's more stuff. There's more stuff coming, and hopefully I can give you some feedback. I think maybe next Friday. I think we'll have another live show next Friday. I'll reach out to a few guys to see if there's anything they want to share. There's stuff that I do like. I do want to have a chat about those there's anery stuff, because I'm sort of seeing it, but I'm not seeing it, you know, because I'm not friends with all the reptile guys, you know. I don't see their posts, and I'm not part of a lot of the groups, but I'd really like to cover some of the bases of the anery stuff, because it looks like it could be interesting, but I don't know how much work Jared's done with it, and there's a few other things that I'd like to find out, you know, and we'll take it from there. Guys, thank you. Good luck with the carpet for the week. I'll see you next weekend. Stay safe. Good night.